This video is going to be super simple. I'm going to go over gear and a few things that you may be missing that I did not take advantage of early on in the game. It took me a little bit to figure this out and learn. So as you guys know, in games when we can craft our own armor, we have armor sets that are specific to whatever playstyle you may be. So normally I stick with the leather. That's what I was doing for quite a while, whether it's the standard leather, the studded leather, so on and so forth. And the reason being is I wanted to have set bonuses. Obviously I don't have the set bonus now because I'm using the leggings of lightness. I use this when I craft and do farming runs and things like that, so I can carry the plus 50 weight. Now, as you guys know, with these set bonuses, depending on the amount of gear for that set that you're wearing, gives you the ability to gain these attributes. So if you have one piece in the set, you're going to get the 40% to the stealth speed. If you wear two, you're going to get negative 33 to ranged attack stamina cost. And then if you wear three pieces of the same set, not necessarily the same set, the same class. So this is a wild archer set. If I actually wear this, I'm getting the same set bonuses. And this is kind of how I looked at this game, and this is how a lot of these games work. You really want to optimize your build with a set bonus, but what I came to find out, the actual better way to wear your armor is actually to mix and match. The reason being is stealth speed means nothing to me. It never did. I never did any stealth attacks. I just ran in guns blazing. There's no guns in this game, but you know, I ran in whips blazing, bow blazing, staff blazing, whatever it may be. The stealth speed did not matter to me. Now it may matter to you, so this may be a set that you want, but if you guys take a look, the studded leather has the same base attributes as the archer set. These are technically the same class of gear. Now, what I learned is to mix and match, it really benefited me in the long run. So as you guys can see, look at my stamina down there. I'm going to start doing a little bit of a combo. So I did a 4-hit combo. See how long it took for my stamina to go up? It took quite a long time. But if I do a mix and match set and I'm wearing a mage set, I'm wearing a mage hood. Now you're like, okay, you're wearing a mage hood. You're not using a staff. You know, it doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3. I do 4 attacks. Look how much faster my stamina goes up. The reason being the mage hood, when you're wearing one piece of the armor, it gives you the negative 50% to stamina regen delay. Now, I don't do magic all the time, so I don't need those two other set bonuses that would accompany a full set, because I do want to get, you know, my melee defense, my range defense, and my magic defense, because this has a higher base value than this does. I'm not a range player. I do range a lot, but I'm not a range player. So beautiful thing about mix and matching your sets is the bonuses that you're going to get across the board. Take a second look at all your gear sets, and guys, this is such a simple thing, but I want to kind of go over it because most of these games you would be like, okay, I'm a mage, I'm going to wear the full mage set. You know, obviously these are going to give you way, like, I think the mage sets are one of the best in the game across the board just because of the set bonuses it offers. But like for like the archer build, stealth speed to me does not, it's not that big of a deal. Range attack stamina cost, not that big of a deal because this is negative 33%. Well, if we just wear this, we're going to get the same thing because this is stamina regen. So overall, this is only giving you a negative 33% to the cost. This is giving you a negative 50% to the regen. So overall, you're actually going to have more stamina over time because it's going to regen a lot faster than it would if you're wearing this and you're depleting. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope I explained that pretty well. Another thing that I wanted to focus on really quick, we're not really going to go into weapons. I'm going to do a full guide on my channel going over everything. But the biggest thing you want to think about is all the weapons that have special attacks. Like this weapon is actually extremely good. It doesn't have a high base damage. The thing that makes it fall short is it doesn't have the special attack. The special attack is really going to get you out of a tight situation. All special attacks in the game produce a stun effect, and you can stun groups. So what you want to really focus on is to mix and match your gear sets based on exactly how you're going to play. So again, if you're not going to do stealth, don't do this build. That's how I normally played. I did the studded leather cowl build, but I don't ever use this, and I rarely use range. Like I do use range to start a fight, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter to me because I'm not using the first set bonus that accompanied this armor. But then when I started switching to a mage hood, now I'm getting a massive amount of stamina regen. So fights are just overall way better. Another thing you want to focus on, get out of your chicken. Another thing you want to focus on, and again, guys, these things are super simple, but they can be easily overlooked, is use, oh, I think I destroyed it. Did I destroy it? I think I did. Let's see, where is it? Why would I just, oh, I didn't destroy it. It's over here. Use the cooking pot more times than not. The reason being is, as most of you guys know, coming in here into the recipes, and if we go into the food and drink potions, we're going to get all these different potions that are going to benefit you across the board when it comes to combat. Now, some of these are good for using less stamina while you're running. That's normally what I run. I usually use that. It's fleet-footed. I use this when I go farming runs because your stamina depletion goes down a lot less when you're using this. You can also use evasive infusion. this is going to give you less stamina cost on dodging. This is super fantastic if you're a two-handed build and you have a heavy hitting but slow attack speed and you're dodging a lot of the time to get out of groups to reposition yourself. Make sure you're using the evasive infusion. Same thing when it comes to the attack potion. Boost your attacks. And then there's so many different spells that we're going to get across the board, and a lot of these I do not use. There's so many that I do not use, but keep in mind to use the enchant weapons. This is super important, especially when you're in a dungeon and the guardians in dungeons are actually weak to air, and the amount of damage that this actually boosts for you when you're actually using it is absolutely insane. So not only is this going to give you a damage boost, but this also is going to enhance your current melee weapon with the power of air, obviously, but it's going to also increase your melee weapon's attack speed. It's actually pretty insane. We'll switch it out right here and I'll just show you guys what that means. So what we're going to do, actually, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite weapons just because it's fun. We're going to put the shield away. This is a standard attack. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to use this. Look at that. Thing's going to get enchanted. And I know the set looks a little weird because it's mixed and matched. I got a red hood. Like, what's going on? But overall, using all of these abilities are actually going to boost you in combat. And I'm going to be honest with you, the combat in this game is fairly simple. So mix and matching these sets as well as using these spells that you have, it kind of puts a little bit more flavor into the combat overall, in my opinion. So I recommend you using all of these things. Guys, again, I know that this is so simple, but I overlooked it for way too long, and I just kind of wanted to make a brief video going over it. The key things to take away: don't worry about set bonuses unless you really want them. Mix and match your gear. Pay attention to the spells, whether it's fire or air, depending on your playstyle, and switch up the type of weapons that you're using, because the Abyssal Whip overall, for me, it's one of the best, if not the best weapon in the game, I think, for my playstyle. But I started using this little knife, and now that I've optimized my build to have the ability to have such a fast regen of my stamina usage, then I know I can go in a fight and just do a ton of attacks, you know, get out of dodge, run away a little bit, you know, reposition myself, block. You can even use the shield for this, so you're like blocking, then you're like boom, 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 start doing more attacks, then I'm blocking, waiting for my regen to go, you know, waiting, go some more, and look how many times I can attack. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I know it's super simple. If you did, drop a like on it, as that's the best way to help me and the channel grow. And as always, stay happy, stay hyped, and have a beautiful day.